This is Miss Lizzie, and I want to welcome you to the Queen Lizzie Podcast. Together, we will go through the history of Rosewood, Florida, and watch as the once prosperous town rises out of the bloodshed, fire, and ash to reveal the people, the memory, and the legacy of Rosewood. Watch every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube, or listen to our story on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Hello, everybody. I am Lizzie Robinson Jenkins, representing not only the Rosewood Foundation, but the personal testimonies and history of cherished friends and family. You are now watching the Queen Lizzie Podcast. Today, we are talking with Pat Dooley. Hello and welcome, Pat Dooley, to the Queen Lizzie Podcast.
It's great to be back here. Yeah. Did one was it about a year ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is a repeat, and we are going to bring you up on what you may have missed in between, or we're going to provide you with a few updates and new things that we are doing. This is the month of October. I just celebrated a birthday party, and visors in the visor up at the rooftop.
Yeah.
Had a wonderful time. I looked for you. You forgot to come.
I didn't forget to come. I had something else I had to do.
Okay.
It's actually my brother's birthday today.
Is that
Yeah.
right? What's his name?
Jamie Dooley. He is, I don't know how old he is. 60, well, I'm 70, so he's about 60, 67, somewhere in there.
Okay, well, let's give
66,
him
65.
A shout out. Happy birthday, Jamie.
Yeah.
From your brother, your oldest brother, Pat?
I am the oldest,
Okay.
yes. Oldest and the ugliest.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's your opinion.
Jerry Spurrier told me today I have a face for TV now, so I don't know because I've lost some weight, but
Okay, okay.
I don't know if that was accurate or not.
Okay, well, I'm working on getting a face and a taste. I have a taste now. I'm working on the face, but I do have a taste for TV.
Yes.
I really do. I would like to go national, okay? And I'm depending on someone to help me get there. When I say national, I mean just to talk about Rosewood. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not politics, not going there. But as I said, I had a birthday party. I celebrated it. I had a wonderful time, and I invited a young man that many people had never heard of. And the reason I invited him is because I watch TV, and I'm very political, and I have been watching him for 3, 4, 5 years. His name is David Jolly, and
He's running for governor, right?
he's running for governor. Yes, he is. And he has confirmed. I saw him at an event here in Gainesville in September, and I liked what he said. Okay, and all of them, say stuff you want to hear, and I mean stuff. Okay.
Stuff is exactly, well, there's another word for it, but yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
So I was impressed, and I said, he has to be able, hopefully, to do something in Florida for people. I'm very concerned. It's a scary situation we are in. Somebody needs to step forward and help us save our kids. That is my most precious, they are my most precious gems.
Yep.
Our kids. The future
Absolutely.
generation. They can't.
It is because, there's just too many kids that are hungry out there. There's too many kids that don't have the shoes to wear on their feet. And, you gotta find the right people that'll help make that happen. Doesn't mean they, have to be a charity thing. It's just that they just give them a chance, give them an opportunity to do something.
Exactly. And that bothers me. And they are
Bothers bothers most people.
most people, exactly.
Not everybody though.
Yes, not everybody, but the majority of people with common sense, people that care. We'll put it that way.
Well, that's exactly right. People that care do care. And I'm not big on politics. I do pay attention to it. I have Twitter, so but But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in in November, because you had the midterms and all that going on. So it's going to be interesting to see what the agendas end up being.
Right.
And nobody's ever going to tell you the truth.
Of course
in
not.
politics. Just
of course not.
Assume it's a lie and then go from there. Work from there.
Exactly. Because they will say anything to get your vote. But I let him know I'm not going to endorse you. I'm not going to give you a donation. And he said to me, your voice is better than a donation. So he was willing to work. Like, he came to my party. I said, now you have to pay for your tickets. He paid for his tickets. I don't want people to think, I'm buying him. He paid for his tickets. He brought someone with him. They had a wonderful time. And you know what was so strange and amazing? This is a man that no one knew. I think maybe one other person, a few other people had heard about him. But the way he worked the room and didn't take away from my birthday party, people listened and people believed. His job now, you got to stand and you got to verify, you got to make sure what you said to them is going to happen. And he went home and wrote a comment on his Facebook page saying Rosewood and the history, the uncomfortable history, needs to be remembered. And that's why I'm working hard to make sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of people appreciate your efforts. Not everybody.
Of course not. I want it that way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, unfortunately, we're a very divided country, but hopefully somehow we can get some unification. And it's on both sides.
Exactly.
Both sides where people are way too far this way or way too far that way. And somehow we got to get to the middle.
Exactly. And like you said, everybody is not supporting me. I don't have a problem with that. People that look like me don't support me. I don't have a problem with that. My mind is at ease every night when I go to bed because I know what I am doing. I feel like it's the right thing.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what matters.
Yes.
When you put your head on the pillow, what are you thinking about?
Unity for the country. We are too divided. And I'd like to see us.
I'm thinking about football plays when I go to bed. I'm drawing them up in my head. I'm just too much of a football nut.
Okay, that's okay. I think about football, but I see football from a different perspective. It's a game. It
is a game.
Even when they lose, they still win. And when they win, they lose. If you know what I mean. I met a young lady that lost an election. And she wasn't sad about it. We made friends immediately, and I invited her on my show. And she said on this show that, well, I ran for and I lost. I say, people sometimes lose and win. I say, you lost the election, but you won my friendship.
That's a good point. And you have to also look at everything that goes on around you. I was talking about this on my podcast today. The former Jets player, Nick Mangold, died at 41 of kidney disease. Yeah. And he was appealing to people to get a new kidney, but of course he didn't get it, and he passed away this weekend. So sometimes you look at that and you go, okay, I don't have it so bad. Yeah, my back hurts. Okay, but I can't complain about that anymore.
And then he left children, wife.
Oh yeah.
That's And
hopefully he gets voted in the Hall of Fame this year because he's on the ballot.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Well, he will. I think
he will. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was sorry to hear that, but that's life. And we have no control.
We don't. You can control only what you can control. And I think that's the thing that coaches talk about all the time, but I don't think players and or athletes in any sport always hear it. That don't worry about things you can't control. And of course, this weekend we saw coaches get upset because their name was being linked with jobs, and they're trying to tell their players, control what you can control. Don't worry about all this stuff you hear. Don't worry about the noise. And that's what Florida had to deal with 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
Don't worry about the noise. Just worry about what you can control. And I think sometimes in life, we get to where we're not worried about what we can affect. We're only worried about can we affect, not things we know we can't affect. So,
But what's going to affect us?
yes, and everything affects you in some way.
Exactly. Absolutely. That's where I was headed. And hey, we just move forward. They got a game coming up this week, and
I've heard that. Yeah,
in Georgia.
that used to be my life was Florida, Georgia. Man, I lived in Jacksonville for 10 years and covered a bunch of those games, and that's why I love Steve. He went 11-1 against Georgia. So
Okay.
and I was there for some painful losses
Okay.
when Steve was a player
And the coach.
and a coach.
Yeah.
Only one of those though.
Uh-huh.
And even between that, where they just lost games they should have won, but that always seemed to
Exactly.
happen.
Exactly.
They
And
didn't
people-
control what they should have controlled.
People don't understand this. They want you to win every game, and it's not.
They do.
It's not going to happen like that. Then they get mad and fire the coaches. Okay, I don't know if, and they don't know if a better coach is coming in, more whatever.
You
just-
should have been a coach. You could have. I mean, then you get a buyout. You get $50 million.
Nah, nah. Is that what? Well, we are
He's
going
getting
there.
54. Yeah. The last coach, the only coach that got more than him was Jimbo Fisher when he got fired a couple of years ago. Got $76 million for walking away,
Oh.
and he's still doing like he did the Gator Club. He came, to get his little cash there too.
Yeah. Well, whatever. That's football. That's
Yes.
winning and losing, and we can't win them all. Like it's the same as Rosewood. I want to win. I want a museum. I want a museum.
Yeah, where is that? Why
It's going to be in Archer.
Oh yeah.
We're going to move it to Archer because, basically speaking, the truth being said, they really don't want it in Rosewood. Okay, because there are people that still don't like what happened, and they have no control of what happened. And I don't make them feel guilty when I talk about it. I just want to remember my aunt, who was the school teacher, survived and suffered the agony of defeat running from conspirators for the next 25 years. I got to do this museum in her name in Archer, on the property where she was born and grew up. We still have that property in the family. And
Oh, that's cool.
I know it's going to be a hit. And I just hooked up with the Jewish Holocaust, and we're going to work together. I mean, the Holocaust was big. Lots of people were killed. Only a few in Rosewood, but
Still wrong.
it's wrong.
Yeah.
And we're going to
Wrong
come
is wrong.
together. Yes, yes. And we're going to try to bring these two events together and work together.
That's great.
And I've been invited, along with my VP, who is an artist, to the Art Basel in Miami in December. And he's painting a picture for them. He is awesome. And they are going to hang his picture in the Holocaust Museum along with my Rosewood picture that he drew of Rosewood.
Is that in New York or is it
Miami.
in Miami? That's right.
FIU, Florida International University, is connected with them.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, and I know people that work at Florida FIU. They hosted my energy. No, it wasn't energy. What was it called? Something for Rosewood. I can't remember the name of it right now. But anyway, they know me.
You're getting like me, short-term memory
I
loss.
wonder why.
Yeah, well, we're,
Elegy for Rosewood. That's what it was. They hosted.
yeah, I can remember scores from old games, but
Mm-hmm.
not scores from last week.
But you know what? I think you're doing good because people, like with these famous shows, they have prompters. They have
Oh,
people
yeah.
helping them to remember. And for you to do your podcast from memory, from scratch, from a few notes, awesome.
Well, I tell you what, it's been fun. I remember when I was first started the podcast, and I was okay, but I dreaded doing it because it was just I had to be on, Now it's like I got to look forward to it. I look forward to coming in here and seeing Zach.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. He does such a good job, and it's a lot of fun to come in and know that. That's the thing. You're only as good as your producer. So
exactly.
Yes. So I come in here and I go, here, Zach. Here's 9 things that I need you to do better.
Okay.
Or not better, but just differently than what I was saying before. And he always gets them done.
Exactly. He's good.
See, he can control things.
Exactly. And speaking of your producer, he is going to be working with Freddie Weeby, producing the Rosewood Museum.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a Rosewood documentary. And we are going to work toward the museum. But I want you to be in that documentary.
Sure.
Okay. Oh,
Be happy
wonderful. To. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'll be honored for you to be a part of. Okay? Because it takes all of us working together to make things
absolutely
better. Okay.
That's what life's about.
Exactly. Okay. That's about time for our first half. We are going to head to a quick break, and we'll be back right after a word from our sponsors.
Meldon Law has been serving personal injury victims since 1971. In those days, Jeffrey Meldon's presence as an attorney in the music scene dubbed him with the nickname the Hippie Attorney. And although times have changed, 2 things haven't. Our commitment to bettering our community by helping the injured.
Albert, are you ready to go to the game?
And our love for the Florida Gators.
If you bleed orange and blue, Meldon Law is the firm for you.
I am Black History.
I am Rosewood Black History.
I am Florida and America's Black History.
And you are too.
January 1st, 1923, the KKK insurrectionists attacked Rosewood, killing 5, burning it down.
Because a white woman lied and cried, a black man assaulted me. Rosewood redevelopment is on its way.
Want to help? Visit rosewoodflorida.com.
Welcome back to Queen Lizzie Podcast, brought to you weekly from the Steve Spurrier Podcast Room at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We are here with Pat Dooley. The Queen Lizzie Podcast is brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union, live from the Meldon Law Gator Studios at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. So, we
spent a lot of time in this podcast room. Yeah, I feel like I live here. Like sometimes when I come here, they put us here because we get a late reservation, so they put us in this room, and I'm going, I don't know, it didn't feel right. Like where's Zach? Where's the microphones?
Yes, they're really nice. They make you comfortable, happy, respect.
Yeah, we had dinner here a couple weeks ago, and it was just with a family that came in from Chicago for the game, and it was just what a great time we had. It's always a lot of fun. And in fact, we ran into Terry Jackson and Riddell Anthony and Carlin Hartman, of course, assistant coach for the basketball team, and it brought them all over and introduced them to everybody, and they were overwhelmed. And that's the thing. You walk in here, you never know who you might see.
Exactly.
It's probably going to be at least somebody famous. It could be somebody really famous.
Exactly. Because I met, what's his name? Brandon Spikes.
Spikesy. Yeah, did you see he is the SEC legend from Florida this year? They honor a legend every SEC championship game from every school. Mm-hmm. And so he's the one from Florida this year.
Right.
That's great.
I came down here, met him, talked to him, and as we speak, I'm working to get him on my show.
He'd be great, yeah.
Okay, yes. He was excited, and so was I.
He's a great dude, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I've met so many great people here. It has been an experience for this little country, girl. It has been an experience from where I have come from. You know, on a farm, and when I say farm, working every day before we went to school and after school. But it was character building, and that's why I am who I am, and I don't know who I am, but I know I have values. That's most important. Mm-hmm. Dad taught us, this is what you must do. Get up every morning, 4 a.m. I hated that.
I did that, but I wasn't working on a farm. I was delivering newspapers. No,
You
it
were
was
working.
morning paper.
Responsibility.
Yep,
Makes you a better person.
it does. I wish I'd stayed with it longer. And then maybe that's why I got into newspaper business.
That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was delivering them. I said, I don't want to deliver them. I want to produce them. I want to write them.
Okay. So you had a newspaper here, or you still have one here? No?
No.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
but you were on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
30-something years.
really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, Rosewood always keep me excited, and this year, January 1, 1923, will be the 103rd anniversary. And we are planning to do something. We are going to return to Rosewood, and hopefully, not hopefully, we are going to do something. We're going to be filming. Okay, that would be a perfect time to film. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be perfect, but we'll film that first weekend in January. If we can't get the first, we'll do the second. Just since it's in January, so that we can make this into real history. My mother said, her sister was a teacher, she said, you must tell this uncomfortable history. Tell the truth, authenticate, do not attack anybody. Okay, and these are the things I do, and that's why people listen
Oh,
to
yeah.
me.
That makes a lot of sense, too. And it doesn't do any good to say, you're wrong, I'm right. You
Yes.
just say, look, here's what I think.
Yes.
Whatever you think, we can talk about. Instead
This
of,
is history.
you got to be wrong if you don't agree with me.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, and that's not true. I mean,
No,
it's
no.
possible that I'm occasionally right. Yes, I've told my wife that many times.
Uh-huh.
I might be right once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been told that's not true, though.
Okay. And we also give a scholarship in her name to 5 recipients, high school graduates each year. It's not a lot.
It's
$500.
something. It's something, right?
You would think it was $5,000 the way these kids carry on. I'm serious.
I know.
500. Oh, this is a lot of money. And I
I
hear
wish
from
somebody
them.
give me $500 when I
Okay.
started school.
I know. I had one uncle that would give me, every time I came home, he would give me $2 from college. I came home from, but that $2, my mom didn't have to give me money that week when I went back to college. That lasted 2 weeks, $2. Okay.
I remember when I first got to school here at UF, and me and my roommates went to Publix or shop, whatever
Shopping.
it was. Yeah, it was a Publix or Winn-Dixie, whatever it was. And I'd never been to a grocery store, unless
Your
my mom was doing it all. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, let's get some Kool-Aid. So we get some Kool-Aid, and I look at it, and they go, sugar must be added. And I'm like, okay. And then we go get the sugar, and I'm like, this is a lot of money you have to spend on Kool-Aid. I go, then we put it back. We didn't get it. And so we ended up, we were so poor, and when I say poor, we're not poor,
No,
but
poor.
we didn't have money, that we would get this thing of biscuits, and you could make a pan of biscuits and put butter on them, and that was dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, or you would go to Sonny's and order you'd get garlic bread and a Coke.
Yes.
And the garlic bread you would just smother in sauce and eat that.
Uh-huh.
That was dinner.
And that was po, not poor. That was po.
Oh, yeah.
But you made it in spite of. Okay.
Amazing thing was I still gained weight, so I don't know how that works out. So, but no, but that's the way I was raised too, the same way like you were
Yeah.
saying, that my parents were very wanted to make sure we knew what was good and what was bad, what was right and what was wrong. And they made sure that we had the values going forward. And they didn't have a lot of money. My dad worked for insurance over Western and Southern, which I can tell you right where the building was down here. I think it's where Big Mills is now.
Okay.
He worked there and then moved to St. Augustine. But yeah, it was exciting to move to St. Augustine, but it didn't mean we were going to have any money.
Okay. That's why I went to
I
college.
think he bought a house for like $10,000.
Okay. Okay. And that was a lot of money back then.
It was, yeah.
$10,000 for a house. But if I had to live my life over, it would be the same. I enjoyed growing up with family and cousins because all of us worked in the field, hoeing peanuts, cropping tobacco, watermelon. I remember a little girl, I think I was like 14, my dad said, "You can't go to school today." He planted 40 acres of watermelon. "I need you to help me in the watermelon field." Watermelon field. Guess what my dad did? He would cut the watermelon and then he would pick it up, put it in my hand because I was so small, and tell me, "Now you take it to the row." People don't know what that means. Okay, that is where the trail was going to come down later and pick the watermelon. We put them back on the trail. I did that. I was so exhausted, and Dad knew, but he was so poor. We couldn't afford to pay labor, so he used us. But it made me strong.
I bet. You got to pick those big watermelons up. They're heavy.
I know. I didn't have to pick it up, but he would put it in my arm, and I would drop it sometime. But the soil was soft. But I remember that, and I appreciate it, and I know he did it with love. He didn't want to, but I love him.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, that's the way to go. But yeah, that's the thing is you learn those lessons early, and if you don't, sometimes it doesn't work out. I mean, that's the thing. You got to make it happen.
Right.
And that's when I was young. I didn't know that it was a big deal to have multiple shirts to wear or anything like that. You know, it's like I had 2 shirts. I'd wear one day, one the next.
Come home and wash it.
And remember, I dropped it in the gym one time at the at the high school, in St. Augustine High School, and it got all wet, so I had to get a ride home to get a new my other shirt. So I had 2 shirts.
Okay.
Neither one was Tommy Hilfiger or something.
Oh, I know. I don't patronize.
It's J.C. Penney, I think.
And now it's for me, it's Goodwill. That's where I do my shopping. Get good bargains too. But been there, done that. And now we haven't talked much about Rosewood, but we have talked about lessons. Today has been yeah. So
that's what it is. Yeah, I think life is like that. We have to all just kind of understand that. And I'm trying to get this through to my youngest daughter, just about when you leave your clothes in the middle of the floor and to go take a shower, who do you think's going to pick them up? Why does it have to be me or your mom? Why can't you just put them in the hamper? You threw them right next to the hamper. Sometimes it doesn't sink in, though. Hopefully it does eventually.
Yes, it will when she has to be responsible.
Well, and when she has, multiple roommates that are saying, "Hey, you didn't do the dishes. It was your turn."
Okay.
So I'm gonna get her going.
Okay, but
well, who do you think, Lizzie, should be the next Florida coach?
Coach?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was reading about what's his name?
Lane Kiffin or
the other one?
Drinkwitz or Brom or there's a lot of guys out there. There's a lot of kids. Look, everybody thinks they know who the next coach is going to be or who it should be. Nobody has any idea.
Okay.
We're all sitting here and we're all going, yeah, whoever you hire, then I'll judge you based on who you hired.
Okay.
I'll judge your performance. But how do we know what's going on behind the scenes?
Exactly.
In terms of, dealing with agents, because you're dealing with agents every day.
Let me tell you what I really think about football, not the coaches. I think the players determine the winning.
Oh, you got to have players. But sometimes you can have players and you still can't win if you don't do a good job of coaching. So I think you have to have both. I think you have to have coaching staff that's smart and they can figure out and they can put players in position to win. And I don't think that's what Billy Napier did a very good job of, but putting them in a position to win and then let them, their God-given talent, come forward. But if you put them in a bad position where they're running the ball and there's no hole, that's not going to work. I don't care how good. There's only like one Herschel Walker in the world, but there's just not a lot of guys like that they're going to run over everybody.
I know, and that's what I meant when I said players, because I played basketball. I was real good too. And
you had those strong arms from the watermelon, picking all those watermelons up.
Exactly. Had a hook out of this world. But I didn't always follow the coach's advice. Okay?
Yeah.
I did what I knew would help us to win. And we were winners. We were winners, yeah. But that's what I mean when I say it depends on.
Now, where was that?
players.
At what school?
Lincoln. I finished at Lincoln in
Oh, yeah.
Gainesville, but before then, until I was 11th grade, that was Archer. We were bad. And I do.
You probably didn't have a big pool of great players to pick from there.
No. And we started playing on a clay court.
Oh,
Then we moved up to, it was dirt first.
yeah.
Then we moved up and got clay from wherever the clay fields were. The next, we got a paved, W.J. Whitehurst Construction, paved our basketball court for us. Never had a gym until Gainesville my senior year.
At Lincoln?
Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually,
So-
was over there a couple of years ago and spoke to the kids over there.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was about, though.
Okay.
See, I don't remember that, but I can tell you the score. No. I can tell you the score of any game, but
Okay.
I can't tell you what I talked about.
All right. Now we need to close by thanking our sponsors, Steve Spurrier, Melvin Law, Freddie Weeby, and
Campus USA?
Yes,
Yes.
Campus USA Credit Union.
They're good people.
They are good people.
That's where I do my banking.
Okay. I do too, my Rosewood. I do too. And they are awesome. We appreciate you all. They also sponsored my birthday. They were there. Steve Spurrier and Jerry Spurrier were there. And Steve said, put this in your pocket and buy you something. Not telling y'all what. And Jerry gave me pearl earrings. So I had a wonderful time. Wonderful time.
Wow.
And, thank you
Big
all.
time.
Yes, very much. And she supplied the cookies.
Oh, we have to take them home every time.
I know.
But they never make it all the way home because
I know before you get there. My husband 8 hours. He loves her cookies.
Oh, they're the best.
Yes, they are. Okay, I am continuously humbled, honored, and blessed to meet people daily and invite them to join in peace building, healing, and reconciliation through learning about the history of Rosewood. That will wrap up today's episode, which is number 130. What, Zach? 133, 137. Okay. Anyway, you look that up. I am Queen Lizzie. Until next time, goodbye.